Yes, here we go. This is the secret video that I told many of my friends about. This is Final Fantasy VII, and this is going to be my Let's Play of it. The volume's a little loud, so I'm just gonna let this opening cinematic go through, and then I'll lower it so I can continue to talk afterwards. There, hopefully that should be good enough. So the version of Final Fantasy VII that I'm playing is actually the remake, the PC, well, not remake, but PC re-release, and they improved on the character models and the sound quality. So I guess in a way it is slightly better. It's not the remake that I'm sure most huge Final Fantasy fans want. Might be because I didn't give it to you. Oops. Ignore that fail. I'm gonna try my best to not cut through the text too bad, because to be honest, RPGs are a huge interest to me, because one of the things I like to do on my spare time is I like to read. So And RPGs to me, in general, it's almost like playing a book. Because in this genre of games, you have a much more story, and the characters have more personality and character in general. So, in terms of RPGs in the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy VII actually was not my first Final Fantasy game. My first Final Fantasy game was actually Final Fantasy VIII. And the story behind that being is I had never even really heard of Final Fantasy until I was younger. I was with my family and we went down to a local Toys R Us, and at that time my parents and everything like that, my dad, they would play games with me from time to time. I used to play Diablo 1 on PlayStation with him. I would play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with him, various other games. And so we're there, and me and him, of course, run by the game section, and I see this game in this big plastic box, and I was just like, okay, what is this? Oops. It was in this big plastic box, and it was in a jewel case that was much bigger than what I was used to compared to normal PlayStation games. So I was curious, and I picked it up and I looked at it, and I noticed that it said Final Fantasy and in Roman numerals 8. And I looked at it, looked at the back and everything, and I showed it to my dad. Long story short, we ended up buying it. And shortly afterwards, someday he ended up starting a new game, and I sat back and watched him play, and instantly became hooked to just the game itself, the story, the way it played out. And I was like, oh man, I have to start a profile on this and play it. And that's how that happened. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted in order. Uses a ranged weapon so you can put him in the back with no hindrance to his damage. And so that's Final Fantasy VIII, where I got my start on Final Fantasy games. Try not to worry too much about me putting in tons and tons of fighting in the videos. I'm sure I will edit stuff out or just hint towards what I'm grinding for or whatever, and I'll just skip it for the most part. Whether I'm trying to get an item or an enemy skill or level materia in general. Won't force you to watch me grind. Funny thing about that ladder is you actually do not have to hit the OK button to jump on it, and you just run towards it and Cloud does it. I guess after the last 2 ladders he just figures, I get the picture. Man, that enemy can dodge bullets. Probably has 1 or 2 HP left. Man. Free potion. Restore materia, good find. Cloud set us up the bomb. Here it comes. Alright. If you want boss explanations on how to kill them, this is simple enough. Just beat on it, and then when it puts its tail up, don't do anything. And then use limit breaks. I would use Bolt as often as possible. It's going to do about 100 damage every time. Or about 90, I guess. I should have attacked. I should have noticed that I was going to limit. Could have gotten an attack in, and then my ATB would have filled up quicker, and I could have gotten my limit break in like instantly right after that. Come on now. There you go. Will you just die already? Pretty sure this bolt will probably kill it. No? Okay, maybe this. There you go. Exactly enough experience to give them both a level. 10 minutes till detonation. So equip Barrett with a new weapon. And go ahead and save again. I like to save a lot. I think it's part paranoia.